So hello guys, I welcome you all to this special video on MCAT verbal ability. Okay, so this is a section which most of the students often underestimate and they end up paying the price for it. Okay, they suffer. So in case you want to avoid this suffering and get a good percentile in this section, because this section is very critical in order to get a good call from companies. Okay, so I hope you don't take it lightly. I hope you take this very seriously, and this is one of the very exhaustive videos. I don't think that you will find such video anywhere which is such exhaustive and such to the point and accurate that you will get a very holistic view of this section. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's get on with this special video on MCAT verbal ability mock test. Okay, so in MCAT verbal ability sections, there are total 18 questions and you have to solve them in 18 minutes. Okay, but that doesn't mean that they are very low quality questions. Okay, they are of pretty decent quality questions, decent standard questions. Okay, so you don't need to take them lightly. Okay, so watch this video till the very end in order to get a very good understanding of all these type of 18 questions, because this video is strictly based on the pattern of questions of verbal ability which have been coming in the MCAT exam over the past few years. Okay, so total 18 questions and let's see a breakdown of these 18 questions. Okay, so here we have fill in the blanks. So total four questions will be based on fill in the blanks, and they would be covering some concepts like idioms, prepositions, phrasal verbs and other logic based concepts. Okay, then we have the two questions which are based on the grammar mistakes. Okay, so there would be some sentences and you will have to find some grammar mistakes in that. Okay, then there are four questions which are based on vocabulary, synonyms and antonyms. Okay, so till now we have seen what, like 4 plus 2 plus 4. Okay, total 10 questions till now. Okay, and then finally we have reading comprehension. So there would be total 2 reading comprehensions which would be covering a total of 8 questions, like 4 plus 4. So this is the first reading comprehension, this is the second reading comprehension. So total 8 questions would be based on reading comprehensions. So we get a total of 18 questions. Okay, and that have to be solved in 18 minutes. Now from the strategic point of view, let's talk about how to get on with such sort of exam. Okay, so let's see. This is the exam tip for you, like cover first 10 questions within 5 minutes, because you have very short time. You have just 18 minutes and you have to solve 18 questions. Okay, now reading comprehensions are quite lengthy and it is not quite practically possible that you read out that reading comprehension within 1 or 2 minutes and get on with the all the questions that follows a reading comprehension. So a better strategy would be that you cover the first 10 questions, I mean these 10 questions within 5 minutes. Okay, because this is like whether you know the question or whether you don't know the question. Okay, there are two possibilities. You don't need to apply a lot of logic or a lot of mind in order to solve that. So I would strongly recommend you to just finish up the first 10 questions within first 5 minutes, so that you have remaining 13 minutes and you have to deal with the remaining 8 questions which are based on reading comprehensions. Okay, so time management is very important when it comes to solving this type of exam. Okay, so now let's see the actual pattern of questions which have been coming in the MCAT exam over the years. Okay, so let's see the first question. Identify correct meaning for below underlined. So now we have to identify the correct meaning for below underlined. So the question is, after getting a job, he had no difficulty in keeping the wolf out of the door. Okay, now he is not talking about like this is a gate and this is some sort of wolf and he is standing outside of the gate. No. Okay, this is just an idiom, keeping the wolf out of the door. Okay, now try to think from two angles. The first is that you are a very knowledgeable person and you already know the meaning of this idiom, which is keeping the wolf out of the door. Okay, so in that case you would be having no issue whatsoever in solving such sort of questions. Second scenario, that you don't know the meaning of this idiom, then how to go about it? You see, the question is, after getting a job he had no difficulty in keeping the wolf out of the door. Okay, so after getting a job, there has to be something the job had helped this person in some way, okay, that he is keeping the wolf out of the door. Okay, so once we get a job, what we get? We get money, we can fulfill our requirements. Okay, that is the common sense. So let's try to analyze from that angle. Like, we don't know the meaning of this idiom, which is keeping the wolf out of the door. So the first is being physically safe. I don't think that after getting a job, being physically safe makes sense. Okay, then getting the door clean. No, it doesn't make any sense. Then avoiding starvation. Okay, like when I got the job, I would be now getting served with some money for doing the job, and based on that, I'll be able to fulfill my daily requirements, my food requirements, my clothing requirement, my housing requirements. Okay, so definitely I'm avoiding starvation, that is I'm getting food. Okay, so that I don't have to be in such condition that I'm not having any sort of food. Okay, so that is avoiding starvation. This is quite probably the answer. Let's see the option D, which is keeping the job intact. Okay, so after getting a job, he had no difficulty in keeping the job intact. Like just 50% of it makes sense. Okay, so it looks like avoiding starvation is the answer. Let's see the explanation. So the idiom getting the wolf out of the door, what does that mean? Okay, it refers to effort to ward off hunger on poverty. Okay, so like after getting the job, the guy got some money and now he able to fulfill the requirement. So obviously he is warding off hunger. Okay, he doesn't need to be hungry, he is obviously getting the food because he got the job. So essentially keeping basic needs met and ensuring survival. It originates from the imagery of a wolf symbolizing danger or threat lurking at the door, representing the imminent risk of not having enough food. Okay, so basically the wolf part in the idiom symbolizes danger and representing the imminent risk of not having enough food. Okay, then comes keeping the wolf out of the door, means managing to keep these threats at bay and maintaining a minimum standard of living. Okay, so obviously we got the explanation now. Okay, so I hope you got a fair understanding of this idiom getting the wolf out of the door. Okay, let's move to the next question. Remember, the first four questions are based on fill in the blanks. Okay, so in our country, agriculture must dash pace with industrial development. Okay, so what would come here? Like, can it be take peace? No, it doesn't make any sense. Make peace with industrial? No. Lose peace? No. Only keep pace makes sense. Like in our country, agriculture must keep pace with industrial development. Okay, like let us just see the explanation for it. Okay, let me just see the explanation for it. So the phrase must keep pace, what does that mean? To maintain the same speed or progress as someone or something in order to stay up to date or competitive. Okay, like must keep pace means that agriculture must keep pace with industrial development. So whatever the pace of industrial development is, agriculture must also maintain the same sort of speed for that. Okay, it implies the necessity to match the rate of development, change or activity of others to avoid falling behind. For example, a company might need to keep pace with technological advancements to remain relevant in the market. Okay, so it does mean that whatever the pace of industrial development is, agriculture must also keep up with the same pace. Only then it makes sense, and only then it can complement the industrial development. Okay, next question. Okay, so see the next question. Okay, so she is dash in needlework but dash in arranging the wares. So this is another form of fill in the blanks exercise where we have two blanks. Okay, so she is dash in needlework but dash in arranging the wares. Now the word but comes and then it says in arranging the wares, so it seems like there might be some sort of negative word out there, and since but implies opposite word, so I mean there might be some positive word out there. Okay, so let's see the first word, which is distressful and attractive. So she is distressful in needlework. So what does the meaning of distressful says? Let's see. The term distressful describes something that causes anxiety, sorrow or pain. It refers to a situation, event or experiences that evoke strong negative emotions and discomfort. For example, losing a job can be a distressful experience because it brings financial uncertainty and emotional stress. So definitely distressful does not make any sense out there. Okay. Next word is abominable. Okay. So let's see the meaning of abominable. Like she is abominable in needlework, which means the term abominable means what? Describes something that is exceptionally bad, unpleasant or detestable. It often conveys a strong sense of moral repugnance or disgust. So an abominable crime would be done that is horrifying evil, like it is very bad, very horrifying. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense. Like if I say she's abominable in needlework but human in arranging the wares, it does not make any sense whatsoever. Okay, next we see option number C, which is outlandish. So what does the meaning of outlandish is? The term outlandish describes something that is extremely unusual, bizarre or unconventional, often in a way that seems strange or unfamiliar. It can refer to behavior, clothing, ideas, or anything that deviates significantly from what is considered normal or acceptable. So I can say that he or she is dressing outlandish in an outlandish way. Okay, like you see some sort of celebrities on the TV and in the media that they dress up in an outlandish way. Okay, that is not normal. Okay, so for example, an outlandish outfit might be one that is wildly colorful and eccentric, standing out starkly from typical fashion clothes. Okay, but if I say she's outlandish in needlework, that doesn't make sense because outlandish is normally associated with the type of clothing or the type of style which is very difficult, very different from others. So it does not make sense when it comes to the needlework. Okay. So the final option is dexterous and clumsy. So let us see the meaning of the word dexterous. So the term dexterous describes someone who is skillful and adept, particularly with their hands. Okay, particularly with hands because needlework requires hands. Okay, it implies a high level of coordination, agility, and precision. For example, a dexterous pianist is able to play complex pieces with great skills and accuracy. The term can also be used more broadly to describe mental agility or skill in various tasks. So dexterous means that this person that she is really good in needlework. So dexterous does make sense. Okay. And the other one is clumsy. So what does clumsy means? Like she is dexterous in needlework but clumsy in arranging the wear. So what does clumsy means? So we see the term clumsy describes someone who lacks coordination, skill or grace in the movements, often resulting in awkwardness or accidents. It can also refer to actions or efforts that are inelegant or poorly executed. For example, a clumsy person might frequently trip over their own feet or knock things over, and a clumsy attempt at fixing something might result in more damage rather than repair. So clumsy is like the person is doing hodgepodge kind of stuff and she's not good. So this makes sense, like she is having a positive quality which is dexterous in needlework, but the other negative quality which is clumsy in arranging the wear. So she is dexterous in needlework but clumsy in arranging the wares. Okay, also we can see what does the phrase arranging the wares means. That she is clumsy in arranging the wares, like it means organizing or setting up items that are up for sale in an orderly or attractive manner. So this is often done in a market, shop or stall to make the goods more appealing to the potential buyers and to facilitate easier browsing. For example, a vendor might spend time arranging the wares neatly on a display table to showcase the products effectively and attract customers. So this simply means that arranging the wares means that she is really clumsy in arranging the wares, that she is really bad in arranging the products. Okay, so that makes sense. Next question we have, there another fill in the blank, which is the two men were very dash and rather looked the same but had dash views on important aspects of life. So when we compare two people, like we can see the two men were very close. Close is not a very good word when we use with two persons. Okay, the two men were very similar. Similar makes sense. Okay, so the two men were very similar and rather looked the same but had diverse views on important aspects of life. So obviously, but comes up. So whatever the meaning here, the meaning here would be the opposite of it. Okay. So the two men were actually similar, but they had very diverse views on important aspects of life. So this is quite possibly the right option. Next, we see the two men were very different and rather looked the same but had complex views. What does complex views mean? It does not make any sense. Next is the two men were very familiar and rather looked the same but had similar views. That doesn't make sense because but comes up, so it should be quite contradictory, which is not the case here. So option B is correct. Okay. So the first four questions are over, which are based on fill in the blanks. Now we move on to the next type of questions which appear in this mock exam. Okay. Question number 5, which is identify grammar mistake. So it says that she enjoys reading books about science. So they are basically 4 sentences. Okay, 4 parts. Okay, and we have to identify in which part there is a grammatical mistake. Okay, so the first is she enjoys reading books about science. Second is her favorite subject is physics. Third is she always finishes her homework quick. And fourth is she hopes to become a scientist one day. So if you look at the first sentence, she enjoys reading books about science. This looks perfect. I cannot see any fault in that. Next is her favorite subject is physics. So I don't think that there is any fault in that. Third is she always finishes her homework quick. Now this should be quickly and not quick because this describes how she finishes up the work. And when we just describe how a work is being done, we use adverb. Okay, and quick is not an adverb. Quickly is an adverb. In adverb, normally ly is used at the end. Okay, so quickly is the adverb, and I think quickly should have been there. Okay, this one I think here is the mistake. Okay, next is she hopes to become a scientist one day. That is also right. So as per my understanding, I think this part 3, this is having mistakes. So this one. So this part 3 is the answer. Okay, like we can see in this part, quick is an adjective. Okay. But it should be an adverb because it is describing how she finishes her homework. Okay, and the correct form of the adverb is quickly. Okay, so this is all I've already explained to you. Next is identify grammar mistake. So the first sentence is the team has worked tirelessly to complete the project on time. This looks correct. The second one is each member contributed their unique skills and expertise. This looks correct. Next is the final presentation which was delivered by the manager went off without any issues. This also looks correct. Next is the clients were impressed by the thoroughness and professionally of the report. This should have been professionalism. The clients were impressed by the thoroughness and then and comes. Okay. So since this thoroughness is a noun, this should also be a noun while this is not. Okay. So here should be professionalism. So I think part 4 is the answer, which is having the grammar mistake. Let's see. Yes. So the grammatical mistake in part 4, the clients were impressed by the thoroughness and professionally of the report. In this part, professionally is used incorrectly. Professionally is an adverb, but in this context, we need a noun to pair with thoroughness. Okay. The correct noun form is professionalism. So these type of questions actually do appear in the MCAT exam when it comes to rectifying some sentences based on the grammatical mistake. Now we see the next form of questions which are based on synonyms and antonyms. Okay, let's see. So the scientist's hypothesis was eventually corroborated by the extensive data collected during the experiment. The question asks which word is synonym for corroborated as used in the sentence. Okay, so there are 4 options: refuted, questioned, supported and ignored. Okay, so if we see the explanation, we can have, so let's see. So here the word corroborated is a complex word That means to provide evidence or support for something. So the meaning of corroborate is to provide evidence or support for something, confirming that it is true. Okay, now option number A is refuted, which means to prove that something is false. This is the opposite of corroborated, because corroborate means to support something by some evidence, and refute means to prove that something is false. So this is actually an antonym and not synonym. We have to find a synonym. Option B is question. This means to express doubt or uncertainty. This is definitely not a synonym for corroborated. Next is supported, which means to provide evidence or approval for something. This is a synonym for corroborated, okay? Because corroborated means to get some support using some evidence. Then ignored means to pay no attention. It does not make any sense. So the correct answer is option C, which is supported. This means that the extensive data collected during the experiment provided evidence that confirmed the scientist's hypothesis. Okay, so we can see this option number C, supported, is correct. Okay. Similarly, there is another question number 8. The CEO's magnanimous gesture of donating his bonus to charity was widely praised by the employees. So, which word is a synonym for magnanimous as used in the sentence? Okay. So, first of all, we should be knowing the meaning of the word magnanimous. Okay. Obviously, this looks a positive word, magnanimous, because his magnanimous gesture to charity was widely praised. Okay, so this is something a positive word. Okay, so obviously the first option cannot be correct, which is selfish, and we can see option C cannot be correct, which is insignificant. Option D is hesitant, which is also not a positive word. Only generous can be the right meaning for this. So let's see the explanation. Okay. So in this sentence, the word magnanimous is used to describe CEO's gesture. Now, magnanimous means generous or noble in character. Okay, it means generous or noble. So let's see the options. We have already opted out selfish. We know the meaning of selfish. Then is generous, which means showing readiness to give more of something, especially money or time, that is strictly necessary or expected. Okay, so this is quite possibly the meaning, which is actually the synonym of magnanimous. So that is the right answer. Then option C is insignificant, and option D is hesitant, and that does not make any sense to it. So therefore, the correct answer is B, generous. So this means that CEO's gesture of donating his bonus to charity was widely praised because it demonstrated his generosity and noble character. Okay. So next we see. These type of questions which are based on antonyms. Okay. So the sentence is the artist's eclectic style of painting garnered admiration from the art critics worldwide. So it asks which word is an antonym for eclectic as used in the sentence. Now it is asking for antonym and not synonym. So let's see the explanation. So in this sentence, the word eclectic is used to describe the artist's style of painting. Eclectic means deriving ideas, styles or tastes from a broad and diverse range of sources. Okay. So what does eclectic means? Deriving ideas and from diverse range of sources. Okay, deriving ideas from diverse range. Okay, so the first look, if we see, we have a straight away meaning which is diverse, which is a synonym and not an antonym. Okay, so obviously this cannot be the answer. Okay, we have to just cross this out, diverse, because it is having a similar meaning. Okay, and then we have varied, which is also similar meaning of eclectic, so this cannot be it. Okay, then we have none of the options. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. You have to see conventional. Conventional means what? Let us see. This means following traditional standards or form. This is an antonym for eclectic because it suggests adherence to established norms rather than embracing diversity. So eclectic means we are embracing diversity, and traditional means that we are following the well-defined old kind of norms. So this is some sort of antonym for eclectic. So conventional is the answer here, because we already know what does diverse mean and what does varied means. Okay, therefore the correct answer is A, which is conventional, which means that artist style of painting is not adhering to traditional standards, but rather is diverse and draws from a wide range of sources, which is what eclectic describes. Okay, so clearly this convention is the antonym. Next we see the author's nuanced portrayal of characters captivated readers and earned critical acclaim. Okay, which word is an antonym for nuanced as used in the sentence? It says author's nuanced portrayal of characters captivated readers and earned critical acclaim. Okay, so what does the meaning of nuance says? Okay, first of all, let us see. So in this sentence, the word nuance is used to describe author's portrayal of characters. Now the word nuance means characterization by subtle shades of meaning or expression, indicating a deep understanding or insight into the subject. Okay, so nuance means characterized by subtle shades of meaning or expression, indicating a deep understanding or insight into the subject. Okay, now let's analyze. Simplistic means characterized by oversimplified views or explanation, lacking depth. Okay, while nuance means deep understanding. So this is clearly an antonym. Okay, let us see option B, which is elaborate. So this means detailed and intricate in design or planning. So elaborate such as complexity and depth. Okay, so it is somewhat similar to nuanced. Next is intricate, which means having many complex interrelated parts or elements, which is quite similar to this nuanced. Next is detailed, which also means depth, and it is quite similar. Therefore, the correct answer is simplistic, which is opposite of nuanced. Okay. So this indicates that the author's portrayal of character was not oversimplified, but rather exhibited subtle shades of meaning. This is what nuance describes. Okay. So it is quite a deeper understanding. Okay. So simplistic is the antonym for that. Okay. So that is the answer. So now we have completed the first 10 questions and we move on to the reading comprehension. The first reading comprehension. Okay. Which will be having 4 questions. Okay. Let's read. Virat Kohli is an illustrious figure in contemporary cricket, epitomizes excellence through his unparalleled prowess on the field. We should be able to understand each word line by line. Okay, like what does epitomizes means? Like it incarnates. Okay, it symbolizes something. Okay, incarnates or symbolizes something. This epitomizes. Okay, then what is prowess means? Prowess means some sort of expertise on the field. Okay, okay. Next we move renowned for his tenacity and unwavering dedication. So tenacity means very hardworking sort of person. Okay. Kohli has carved a niche for himself among cricketing legends. His adroit batting technique and prodigious ability to adapt to diverse playing conditions have earned him accolades and admiration of aficionados worldwide. So what does the word aficionados means? It means hardcore fans which have a deep understanding. Like there are many hardcore fans of cricket which have a very good knowledge of cricket, very deep knowledge of cricket. So these fans are known as aficionados. Okay. So Virat Kohli has gained the admiration of aficionados worldwide. So Kohli's ascension in the cricketing dream is marked by numerous records and milestones. So ascension means going upward. Okay. He is going upward. As the captain of Indian cricket team, he has demonstrated exemplary leadership. Exemplary means that he's so good that he can be given some sort of example. We can give example like be like Virat Kohli. Okay, steering the team to numerous victories in international tournaments. His voracious appetite for runs and consistency in performance have made him a paragon of modern day cricket. So, what does this voracious means? His hungerness. Okay, like he is really hungry. Okay, and made him a paragon of modern day cricket. Paragon means some sort of idol, like we can idolize Virat Kohli. Okay, he is model of modern day cricket. Beyond his on-field exploits, Kohli's influence extends to various philanthropic endeavors. He had been a vociferous advocate for child health and education. So vociferous, what does that mean? Very strong sort of advocate. Okay, okay, contributing significantly through his foundation. Moreover, his commitment to fitness has inspired a generation of young athletes to embrace a disciplined lifestyle. However, Kohli's journey has not been devoid of challenges. He has faced criticism and scrutiny, yet his resilience and fortitude have enabled him to surmount adversities and maintain his status as a cricketing luminary. Luminary means like he is lighting up the surroundings. Okay, people give examples of him. Okay, he can be idealized. Kohli's legacy is one of the indefatigable spirit and an unwavering pursuit of excellence. Okay, okay. So indefatigable means like never say die spirit. Okay, he never gives up. Okay, so that is the meaning of indefatigable, never give up. Okay. So now we have the whole reading comprehension on Virat Kohli, and I hope you got a good understanding of it, because I've tried explaining you the meaning of all the difficult words or the unusual words which you might not be coming across in your daily life. Okay, so let's see question number 1. Like, how has Virat Kohli distinguished himself in the realm of cricket? So we can say from the paragraph, try to find out where it is coming, like how does Virat Kohli distinguish himself in the realm of cricket. So for the paragraph, we can say that Virat Kohli has distinguished himself through his unparalleled prowess, adroit batting technique, ability to adapt to diverse playing conditions, earning numerous records and accolades. So we can all say this using the paragraph. Okay. Next we have, in what ways has Kohli extended his influence beyond the cricket field? Okay. So we had a specific paragraph for that. Beyond on-field exploits, from here we can see this beyond on-field exploits, Kohli influence extends to various philanthropic endeavors. Okay. He has been a vociferous advocate for child and education. So we can just quote it over here, like beyond cricket, Kohli has been involved in philanthropic endeavors advocating for child and education, inspiring young athletes with commitment to fitness. Okay, so this is what he is like beyond cricket. Which synonym for exemplary best fits this exemplary best fits Virat Kohli's leadership qualities? Okay, so exemplary means outstanding or commendable. Okay, for which we can give example of Virat Kohli. So it is outstanding or commendable. Okay. Next is, what is synonym for voracious? This voracious. In the context of Kohli's appetite for runs, so what is the meaning? It is insatiable or eager. Like I have told you, a lot of hunger for the runs. Okay. So this is the synonym for voracious in the context of Kohli's appetite for runs. Okay. In case you don't know the meaning of the word directly, you try to find out the word which is coming in the question from the paragraph. Like, where is voracious? Here it is. Here it is, voracious. Huh? So it's voracious appetite for runs. So obviously this is talking about hunger. Okay. So it should be quite similar. So this is how you can work on the guesswork. Okay. You can just leverage the guesswork to your advantage. Okay. In case you don't know the direct meaning of the word. Okay. But my aim is to just teach you as many unusual words as you can through all these videos. Okay. So I hope you get a good understanding of this reading comprehension. So I think we can move forward to the next reading comprehension. Let's see. It is based on Bangalore city. So Bangalore, once lauded as Garden City of India, is grappling with an acute water scarcity crisis that threatens to derail its meteoric urban growth. So it is based on a very current affair, which is the Bangalore water crisis. The city's burgeoning population, coupled with unbridled industrialization and erratic monsoon patterns, has exacerbated the depletion of its water resources. So what does that mean? So we have some words like the city's burgeoning population. Burgeoning means rapidly growing population, coupled with unbridled industrialization. Unbridled means like some sort of uncontrollably growing. Unbridled means that it is quite uncontrollable. Okay. And erratic monsoon patterns has exacerbated, which means worsened. So it has worsened the depletion of its water resources. It was already tight on water resources. So this burgeoning population coupled with uncontrollable industrialization and erratic monsoon patterns has worsened the depletion of its water resources. Now, the perils of unsustainable development are manifesting. Perils means this sort of potential dangers, okay, of unsustainable development are manifesting, like they are being expressed now as over extraction of groundwater, dwindling lakes, and contamination of vital water bodies. So basically, there's a huge water scarcity problem in Bangalore, and now the dangers are very much expressing themselves. Okay, like the lakes are very much shrinking, that is dwindling, and vital water bodies are getting contaminated. Okay, so the water scarcity problem in Bangalore is extremely serious right now. Next is the dismal state of Bangalore's water management is further compounded by infrastructure inefficiencies and administrative apathy. Like there is already water management problem, and administration is quite apathetic. Apathy means showing no interest. Okay, so this is not what I am saying, this is what the reading comprehension says. Okay, so then is antiquated water distribution systems lead to substantial losses. What does antiquated means? Very outdated, very old style, antique style. Okay, so antiquated water contribution, this water distribution system leads to substantial losses, while the absence of robust policies on water conservation exacerbates the predicament. We already seen the meaning of exacerbates, which is worsening, and which predicament means the problem, the dangerous problem. Okay, so this antique water distribution system lead to substantial losses. So there is a substantial loss of water distribution or water in Bangalore because of antique solutions, while the absence of robust policies on water conservation worsens the danger. Okay, so the reading comprehension obviously is pretty much criticizing the water policies by the administration in Bangalore. Like the water scarcity problem is already very serious in Bangalore, and the administration is not having good enough policy in order to save water. Okay, next is the denizens, like the residents of Bangalore, frequently endure severe water shortages, resorting to the reliance on water tankers, which offer only a palliative solution. Okay, so what does that mean? The citizens of Bangalore frequently endure severe water shortages. So water shortage is a common problem in Bangalore, and the citizens almost tackle with it on a daily basis in Bangalore. Okay, resorting to reliance on water tankers. So they have to resort to water tankers. They have to call the water tankers, like supply water to our home. Only then you will be able to perform the domestic household activities. Okay. So which offer only a palliative solution. Palliative means not a permanent solution, just a solution which is quite temporary. Okay, in Hindi we say kaam chalao. So that sort of thing is palliative. So innovative measures are imperative to ameliorate this dire situation. So there are some innovative measures which are required to ameliorate this dire situation, like make less worsen. Okay, some sort of treatment, some sort of cure. Okay, augmenting rainwater harvesting, promoting the judicious use of water, and revamping the city's water infrastructure are pivotal steps. So these are some sort of steps which are recommending by the author, which are being recommended by the author in order to improve the water situation in Bangalore. Additionally, fostering community participation in water conservation efforts and instituting stringent regulations on industrial water usage can significantly alleviate the crisis. So it says that like some sort of community participation should be there in water conservation efforts, and some institutions have to be formed for stringent regulations on industrial water usage. So it says a lot of water wastage is being done in the industry, so there has to be some stringent regulations, there has to be some sort of institutionalization of that. The exigency of addressing Bangalore's water scarcity is undeniable. Sustainable practices and proactive governance are crucial to safeguarding city's future. So proactive governance is definitely required. Some sort of policy formation has to be there in order to save Bangalore. Ensuring that its water woes do not escalate into an unsurmountable catastrophe. So the government has to wake up and make some good decisions so that it does not escalate into an insurmountable catastrophe. So there are two words being used. Insurmountable means that cannot be defeated, and catastrophe means a disaster. It's like some sort of disaster should not occur, that cannot be handled, that cannot be defeated. Okay, some sort of proactive measures the government has to take, otherwise it will become an insurmountable catastrophe. Okay, so here we are. I think you got a good understanding of this reading comprehension. Do comment below in order to, if you want more reading comprehensions from me. Okay, So what factors have exacerbated the water scarcity crisis in Bangalore? So what are the factors? Like from the reading comprehension we have seen, what are the factors that have exacerbated? The factors include the burgeoning population, unbridled industrialization, erratic monsoon patterns, over extraction, groundwater, dwindling lakes, and contamination of water bodies. Okay, from this para we have seen all this one. Okay, next is how has cities water management system contributed to the water scarcity issue? So we have seen that the reading comprehension has criticized the city's management, like the city's water management has contributed to the issue through infrastructure inefficiencies, substantial losses due to antiquated distribution system, that is antique systems, and the absence of robust water conservation policies. Okay, so this is it. Like from here it has taken antiquated water distribution, this one lead to substantial losses. Okay, absence of robust policies from this one, this para. Okay, next question, what measures are suggested to ameliorate the water scarcity situation in Bangalore? I think in the last para we have discussed that. Like in order to ameliorate this, what can be done? This innovative measures are imperative to ameliorate this dire situation, like augmenting water harvesting, promoting judicious use, revamping this, fostering community participation. So all that needs to be written over here. Okay, like the suggested measures include augmenting rainwater harvesting, promoting judicial water use, revamping water infrastructure, fostering community participation in water conservation, and instituting stringent regulations on industrial water usage. Next is why is it crucial to address the water scarcity issues in Bangalore urgently? So from the para we have seen, it is crucial to address the water scarcity to safeguard cities' future and prevent the water boson escalating into insurmountable catastrophe, which is there in the last line. Okay, this one, this one. Okay, so sustainable practices are important in order to prevent an insurmountable catastrophe. Okay. So I hope you got a good understanding of the entire verbal ability section of MCAT. Do comment below in order to you want me to make more such videos on this topic, or on any of the verbal ability topic, or on any MCAT related or litmus related topic. I would be pretty happy making it for you. Okay, do join the WhatsApp group, link for which is given right there below, and I wish you that a happy learning and a very happy and healthy life. Okay, and I hope you like the video. I hope you appreciate the efforts behind making such videos. So do hit a like button and do subscribe the channel. It will really motivate me to make more such videos for you. So I wish you all the best um, for your preparation, and do comment in case you want any sort of help, and do join our WhatsApp group. A lot of discussions happen over there, a lot of resources are being shared over there. Okay, so that's it for now. So bye bye.